hmm Yeah, I mentioned this magazine yesterday in the study room. Yeah. 7:45. I was kind of concerned about something that I had said. The price of watches. Yes. See, these Pulsar watches, retails, regular sale price 97.90. Yes. They're approximately the same price as the watches that you could get from that Wired magazine. Yes. In fact, I brought that with me. And the real thought was there's been no inflation since the 1990s. And that caused me a lot of concern because if the price of watches in 1990, yes, hmm regular retail sale prices, yes, is the same as the price of watches today, yes, that would mean that, well, in 30 years, 29 years, there's been no inflation. But I thought there was some inflation. In fact, I thought that there was a lot of inflation. Now, if I looked at the price of a house in 1990, is it the same price as today? See, we have what's known as inflation. It's an increase of prices for goods or quite possibly services. Yes. Because of the inflation of the price. It's kind of difficult to describe, really. It's kind of like if I bought a house in 1990. Yes. And it's similar to a house today. Yes. Is it the same price that I'm paying today as I would have been paying in 1990? Yes. Or are these watches actually twice the price of today's watch, considering the inflationary pressure? Yes. It's kind of like saying these watches are actually twice the price of today's watches. See, they're not the same, are they? Now, just kind of wondering the last 30 years of inflation. Of all the items that we purchase today, yes, in 1990, what was the price of those items? Could you just kind of do a rough guesstimate? Now, this COLA, right, 3.1% cost of living adjustment for those that are federal employees. If I use 3% a year, and then it's the rule of 72 compounding, yeah, that would mean the price would double every 3 times 20 would be 60, 3 times 24 would be 72. Yes. It's as if this price is actually twice as expensive as today's watches in the value of the money in 1990. Now, when you think about price inflation, and you think about the inflating of the actual debt, what is today's debt in 1990 dollars? Now, I know it's a difficult calculation. You don't have a debt ceiling because it's been suspended. You've appropriated an additional $1 trillion from July of 2019 to July of 2021. Yes. Just so happens that you suspended that debt during the next election. Yes. And then those that are Republicans and Democrats, they obviously have their own spending that they like to see accomplished. I heard somebody throwing around, 3 to 10 trillion dollars when they become president. Now, in 1990 dollars, what is 3 to 10 trillion dollars in today's dollars? I mean, when you really calculate, yes, the spending that exists today, what was the actual national debt of the United States in 1990? Now, I know you'd say, well, it's equal to what today's debt is. Yes, it does. But I would say that you have to take in consideration the inflation that's taken place during the last 20 years.